Hello, Professor Ford. This is Amanda Hinkle, and this is my Module 3 assignment. For the first question, I would answer it as, this kind of social dilemma is difficult due to the kind of title and respect that each of these employees hold. Since I have been at the company for a long time, I assume that I have had to deal with these kind of situations before. Therefore, I would treat this as any other kind of coworker issue, and not based on if they are VP or CEO. But in this case, it creates a lot more problems rather than solutions, and is doing the company no good if they cannot agree on things. Therefore, to start off, I would make them recognize that they are there to benefit the company, not to disagree with one another constantly. Also, to recognize their differences, to change how they work together, and compromise. This makes them realize their job requirements and boundaries of each employee. Hopefully, after they get to know each other's limits, they can also see the other side of the argument. Now, if this is a reoccurring issue, then unfortunately I would have to escalate it, possibly letting one of the employees go, or both of them. For the second question, these are the three types of formal organizations, and they are voluntary, coercive, and utilitarian organizations. The voluntary organization is associations that members enter and leave freely. For example, working out groups, service groups, sports teams, etc. These types of organizations don't have a money reward, they are just out of pure enjoyment. In my life, I have participated in organizations like this. They made me see what good people can do just out of the pureness of their heart. For example, I volunteered at Future for Kids 2 days a week, which is an after-school program where I helped them do their homework and gave them a meal before they went home at 5:30. I loved being a part of this organization and hope to do ones like this for the remainder of my life. It was truly beneficial and I enjoyed every moment. Next, the coercive organization is something that is unpleasant and not the person's choice whatsoever. This would be an example of prisons, mental hospitals, sex trafficking, and kidnapping, and other things that individual would be forced into. These people are completely isolated from the rest of society, therefore having their behavior closely watched. They are completely changed when they are in these prisons because their humanity is being stripped away from them. Coercive organizations make these people live completely alone and isolated, therefore making them go insane in the end. But thankfully, I have never been a part of any of these institutions, and I hope that I never have to be. The final organization is utilitarian, which is universities, corporations, unions, and agencies. These people accomplish many essential tasks and are a melting pot of voluntary and coercive organizations. I'm actually a part of one of these organizations right now, which is going to school and working at Phoenix Children's Hospital is also a part of this organization. At times I don't enjoy these, but I do them because I know that it'll tremendously benefit me in the long run. For the third question, I answer it as, a person who has no experience in politics, I would be scared, but hopeful since I have had previously helped my friend run. Therefore, it is a characteristic of Weber's ideal bureaucracy because it portrays how people attempt to achieve their goals and rationalize why they are pursuing them. For example, in the textbook, it is stated that the ideal bureaucracy refers to a concept constructed by sociologists to portray the principal characteristics of a phenomenon. These bureaucracy rules are expected to be followed in order for it to work correctly. And for my campaign, that is what I would promise. That I will uphold the responsibilities of the job and meet the goals required. I would also ensure that I would also hold everyone above me and below me accountable to show that everything is fair and true. I would also ensure that everyone is able to work together in a productive and respectful manner. This job would be my only job, therefore being my first priority when it comes to career. Finally, documenting everything to prove that I keep my word and that I am trying to better the community that I am in. These things that I mentioned are all characteristics of ideal bureaucracy and are guidelines to winning the public office that I am striving for. For the fourth question, this one threw me for a little bit of a loop, but I finally found my answer. It is, as a creative manager, I know that every employee is not the same and everyone deals with things differently. But with an employee that is participating less and less, it raises red flags in my mind. In this situation, I would pull the employee to the side for a one-on-one meeting and ask how they are doing, how they like working here, and if they have any concerns that they would like to escalate to me. In my opinion, approaching the employee in this way lets them know that I want to hear what they are saying rather than attacking them for not participating in meetings. Once the employee voices his or her concerns, I would make sure that they know the job requirements and try to accommodate them as much as possible, which would make them feel comfortable in expressing their opinions in the meetings. The way to accomplish this is to make it known that there are no wrong answers and that every single idea is taken into consideration. Another thing to do is to ask this employee questions in the meeting to try and make him or her feel included. Another exercise to try would be group activities outside of work, so then the employees can get to know one another, therefore enabling them to become comfortable, and then hopefully they would start to feel more welcome in providing input on the advertising that we are doing. Thank you for listening to my Module 3 assignment.